Florida Times, an interesting filly in this. Only had the one start for New Connections. That was that third down at Newbury. Looks to be a lightly raced and unexposed sort who could well step forward. But Jockey's coming out here. Only Mine sets a standard here, sets a good standard as well. But behind that, it's a wide open race, Kevin, surely.
It is, and look, I'm going to keep this very simple, Martin. Only Mine is rated far in excess of many of these, of all of these, really. And I know you can make cases for ones against her that have the potential to improve, but she's been there and done it. She's a Group 3 winner. Trip, track, ground, won't represent any problems to her. Joe Murphy had his first winner of the season yesterday, having been hitting the crossbar quite often. And it looks straightforward enough to me now. She's, you know, look, if she was 6-4.
And obviously it's a worry about the ground. But a hell of a good run behind Gordon Lord Byron the last day. You know, most of these are stepping out a handicap company or maiden company and need to improve, and they're after black type as well. And it's great that there's such an English challenge, English rating party over 5 runners as well, and we've got plenty of 3-year-olds in it too, but and a big field in it. But you know, Only Mine, she is the best in it. She's the highest rated in it as well, and I'm going to stick with her. I just think David O'Mara's filly, Florida Times, definitely open to improvement. She will handle these testing conditions as well. She's a good winner of a maiden. It probably hasn't worked out the strongest, but she did win it well that day. Pius Alexander was obviously back in third, and she's a lot better than that run suggests. And Pius Alexander, the ground was just way too soft for her that day. But interesting that Connections have supplemented Florida Times, and she could be the each-way bet for me. But I do think, like Kevin Blake, Only Mine is the best filly in it, and she does set a good standard here. And Joe Murphy, nice winner yesterday. Gary Carroll really hitting top form as well. Looks like Music Show is going to be one of the last to win Music Box, sorry, not Music Show. Wayne Lorden bidding for a double. Let's get up to Desi.
They're off. As they break away, quick to stride Florida Times towards the near side, disputing the lead, with Alphabet also close up, Only Mine just behind them on the inside, buying trouble. Evil Spell is just in behind, with Petticoat Government, Music Box between horses, followed by WOWCHA. As they settle down now, and Alphabet showing the speed on the far side leads from Only Mine. On the near side, Florida Times, Petticoat Government buying trouble. Music Box is next with WOWCHA and Evil Spell, and then Smolder and Penny Pepper racing on now just outside the 2 mark, and in the lead is Alphabet and Shamey Heffernan in front, followed in the centre of the track by Only Mine. Music Box is next, buying trouble on the far rail. Florida Times down the centre of the track. Alphabet in the lead from Only Mine. In third place, Florida Times on the outside of Music Box, and then Petticoat Government, but it is Alphabet. Couple of lengths in front inside the final furlong from Only Mine in second. Penny Pepper putting in a late bid the outside of Florida Times and Elusive Beauty, but up towards the finish. Alphabet, Only Mine lunging late in the centre of the track, running up towards the finish. Penny Pepper on the outside. Only Mine, Penny Pepper and Alphabet wait for the judge for all placings ahead of Elusive Beauty and Florida Times. Close.
I think we're going to sit in the fence and wait to see what's the judge. I don't know what way to go with this. It looked like Alphabet was home and hosed. Penny Pepper has flown home as well. And I'd say in that evidence, Penny Pepper has got there for Kevin Prendergast and Chris Hayes. Only Mine has got up for second and Alphabet third. David O'Mara is back in fourth. But Alphabet bounced out. They got a good gallop. Only Mine sat behind her. At this stage, you think the race has been put to bed, and Shamey Heffernan is going to go on and win well. And Penny Pepper has been dropped in, has been travelling well, really effective on this type of ground as well. But when Chris Hayes has pulled her out, Kevin Prendergast and Chris Hayes went so close in the first, just in the last 50 yards, she's picked up very, very close indeed. It usually favours stand side here. When we saw the freeze frame, if that was right, I would say Penny Pepper has got there, and Alphabet's only finished third. But a thrilling finish to our feature event. Say, Aidan O'Brien thought Shamey Heffernan had the job done, half a furlong down. Here we go. Result. Penny Pepper has got there. Only Mine second. Alphabet third. And number 9, Florida Times, was the first of the English challengers home. But what a thrilling finish to our feature event. 16-1 shot has won it. No excuses for Only Mine. She had every chance. And really only started going. And that evidence, you would suggest that she wants stepping back up in trip. Although she's won all her 3 races over 6 furlongs. Say Gary Carroll just looked like she hit a flat spot. It took her a while just to get going to reel in the likes of Alphabet. She did beat Alphabet, but Penny Pepper and Chris Hayes have come down the outside and beaten them all. But a thrilling finish, lads, to our feature event. There's the great man himself, Kevin Prendergast, getting the debrief from his stable jockey, Chris Hayes. A well-deserved pat in the back. And John Tuttle, the winning owner, along with Johnny Osborne, standing alongside him. But Kevin Prendergast horses, he's had a quiet spell. Hasn't run that many early on the season, but just got touched off with a nice 2-year-old in the opener. A couple ran well yesterday as well, and lands the big one here today. It's been a happy hunting ground for Kevin Prendergast for many years, the Curragh. Of course, landed the Guineas last year with Autad. Sean Hayes, the far side of Penny Pepper. Of course, a brother of winning jockey Chris Hayes. But lads, a thrilling finish to our feature event, a 3-way photo. But Penny Pepper, the 16-1 shot, denies the 9-4 favourite, Only Mine, on the line.
Well, Penny Pepper was second to Downforce in the Cork Stakes early in the season. Downforce streaked away to win that.
Yes, there's a couple of tricky ones in the gates, and she normally goes dead last. She was in second last, and she just booked when Joe pressed the button, and I got left. So I had to revert to plan B, and I was doing a lot of swearing at halfway. But she just started to warm into it. They went a good strong gallop, and look, I'd have been a very unlucky loser if she did get beat. But she didn't. She stuck her head out, and she's dead genuine. And John deserves it. He persevered with her, and she already had black type coming in, so it was nice to get a Group 3 win with her.
Yeah, and of course you knew coming today that she would handle this ground, which is vitally important with her. The testing it is, the more better she is.
Yeah, and she's in full, so she's dead sweet at the minute as well. Handles conditions, and she's real genuine. She's a lovely pedigree, so all important.
Yeah, and your horses are really just starting to hit form now, aren't they?
Yeah, we were just unlucky in the first race. She'll improve an awful lot from that. She's well bred as well. A couple of ran okay yesterday, and the filly in the last has promised plenty, and we're putting a visor on just to make sure she's not hiding anything on us, but she should run well.
Good stuff, well done.
Thanks.
Could be wrong. He did win his maiden. Second time of asking. It was over a mile in Leicester. 2 runs for Luca Kamani. Finished third on debut. Tight, as I thought, looked fantastic in the parading beforehand. He's obviously the real intriguing runner in the race. I'd imagine whatever he's going to do today, he's going to improve from it. One of 2 runners for Dermot Weld. Did beat Venice Beach first time up on his only run. Had a setback. So I'd imagine whatever he goes and does today, he's going to improve from it. But it'll be interesting to see how he runs. There's Foxtrot Charlie, second runner of Dermot Wells. Derek McCormick on board. And the main work riders in Dermot Wells. And Stronger Than Me needs to improve as well. Bill Farrell trained Stronger Than Me and finished behind Glamorous Approach the last day in that handicap. He finished 4th on that occasion. Wasn't beaten all that far. Unofficial ratings, he does have a good bit to find. He has won on soft ground. That was back in 2013. He's been a good servant. He's a 9-year-old now, the son of Marju. Red Label goes in. Son of Dubawi. Glamorous Approach looks to be the third last one to go in. And Stronger Than Me, he's going to be the last to get in. For a listed race, let's get up to Desi Scal for the call.
Centre to show just in front of Reckless Gold. On their outside is Glamorous Approach, Stronger Than Me just behind them on the inside. Then comes Foxtrot Tango with Titus on the outside. They're being followed by Laganor, and dropped in the back marker in the early stages is Flirt. Red Label bowls along just in front of Glamorous Approach, who moves up now on the outside to quicken up the tempo and go to the front, and Glamorous Approach has now been sent on by Kevin Manning. Takes a couple of lengths lead over Red Label, Colm O'Donoghue in second. Reckless Gold and Donnacha O'Brien third on the inside of Titus and Lee Roach. That quartet are followed by Stronger Than Me, with alongside is Foxtrot Charlie, and they're followed by Laganore and Flirt. So they're racing now up towards the top of the track and shortly now to make the descent. And it's Glamorous Approach, a couple in front of Red Label. In third place, Reckless Gold, and fourth is Titus. Stronger Than Me on the inside of Foxtrot Charlie, with Laganore and Flirt the final pair. On the descent now, down to take them for the approach to the straight, heading for the final half mile. And the TRI Equestrian Silver Stakes. And Glamorous Approach, Kevin Manning, a 2-length leader to Red Label and Colm O'Donoghue, a further 2 lengths then to Reckless Gold and Donnacha O'Brien on the inside of Titus 4. Followed then by Foxtrot Charlie and Stronger Than Me. Laganore last but 1, and Flirt the back marker. They're well in the straight now with 2.5 to go. Glamorous Approach out a couple of lengths clear. Reckless Gold on the outside of Red Label, and they're being followed by Titus, Stronger Than Me, and Laganore trying to pick up ground just in behind them. Glamorous Approach in front of Reckless Gold. They're being chased by Laganore and Titus, and then Stronger Than Me and Flirt, but Glamorous Approach still a couple of lengths in front. Laganore producing a run on the outside of Reckless Gold. Inside the last 100 yards, and it's Glamorous Approach in the lead, running up towards the finish, and Glamorous Approach and Kevin Manning will win the TRI Silver Stakes for Jim Bolger. Laganore is second, Reckless Gold third, and Flirt is fourth.
Well, you have to love this Glamorous Approach. She went up £5 for winning that handicap the last day. She was a previous listed winner. She won a listed race as a 2-year-old, but she really galloped him into the ground today. Kevin Manning bounced out, was always going to make it a true test of stamina here, and she just kept finding and digging deep under Kevin Manning. Double on the card for Jim Bolger. His horse is really in tip-top form. Winner yesterday as well. She fought them all off. Reckless Gold's run a good race back in third as well. And Laganore travelled well into the race, but just couldn't pick up Kevin Manning, who'd set sail for home. And this filly just keeps on finding and runs out a good winner in the end. Reckless Gold back in third. Flirt has been given a good ride by Rory Cleary as well. Obviously after Black Type was dropped in, tried to come home, and she's come home well. Obviously didn't get Black Type, but she's finished fourth. And Titus has showed up well for a long way as well. Plenty to take from his comeback run. First run since the back end last season. And obviously plenty to work on that performance today. Red Label, he went after Kevin Manning in second. I just had a worry about this horse getting the trip beforehand, because he showed a nice turn of foot that day to win over a mile and won in Gorn after going no gallop, but that run's too bad to be true today. We'll take nothing away from the winner. You see her 2 ears pricked, coming up to the line. A real willing partner under Kevin Manning. Double on the card for Kevin Manning and Jim Bolger. Laganore back in second, and Reckless Gold back in third.
Well done to Kevin, called it right. She's grounded out as Glamorous Approach. Laganore 3 for second. 4-1 beats the 9-4 favourite, with Reckless Gold at 6-1 back in third place. Double up for Jim Bolger. Good day yesterday, and he's continued that good